I'd like you to come with me to Calvary this morning and look up at the middle cross. Who is that hanging there? It's Jesus. It's the Lord Jesus Christ. He's the architect of creation. He's the active agent in creation. By him were all things made, and without him was not anything made that was made. And he's the purpose of creation. Everything was created for his pleasure. Of him, and by him, and for him. And he's hanging on a cross of wood. Men took the only perfect life that was ever lived on this earth, and they smashed it on a cross of wood. A preacher once said this. He said, "You never really understand the cross until it takes your breath away and becomes the most important thing in your life." He's not only the creator of the universe, he's the upholder of all things by the word of his power. He's the one who holds matter together. He's the one who gives you that breath you're breathing right now. And he's hanging on a cross of wood. Wonderful, wonderful Jesus. He's the one who made the starry skies. Can greater wonder be that he who built the starry skies once bled and died for me? That one who's hanging there on the middle cross is the omniscient one. He knows everything. There isn't anything he doesn't know. He knows the eternal story of every grain of sand. He knows every cell in your body. That's wonderful, isn't it? It's too wonderful for me to even take it in. He knows all the stars, and he calls them all by name, and he heals the brokenhearted. Amazing to think that he, the Lord of life and glory, is hanging there in the middle cross. You never really do appreciate the cross until it takes your breath away and becomes the most important thing in your life. The one hanging there in the middle cross is the omnipotent one. He's the one who has all power, the omnipotent one. He's the one who created all things by a word. He just spoke a word and they came into being. And his hands and feet are bound by nails. The one on the middle cross is the one who inhabits eternity. That's an amazing thought. I cannot understand eternity. And yet here is one who inhabits eternity. Isaiah says that the train of his glory fills the temple. Makes you think of a bride with her beautiful garment and the train behind her garment. What would it be if the train of her wedding dress filled the cathedral? If the train of his glory is that great, how great is the glory thereof? He is the one of whom Isaiah said he's wonderful. That is his name. He is wonderful. And as his name, so is he. He's Counselor. He's Mighty God. He's the Father of eternity. He's the Prince of Peace. Why is he there? Why is he there on that middle cross? That's what we want to think about. It's really marvelous. Why is he there? He's there for you and for me. I wonder what he ever saw in me to suffer such deep agony. Dear friends, he's there because of you. You and I are but bits of cosmic dust in this universe, and yet he loved us enough to die for us there on the cross of Calvary. The trouble is that we suffer from the tyranny of the familiar. I stand here this morning and I say, Christ died for the ungodly. And I didn't hear a gasp. Nobody fainted. They didn't have to carry anyone out. The victim of surprise. We've become so used to the fact that Christ died for the ungodly, it doesn't bother us anymore. If the Bible is true, then those who are fanatical for Jesus are right. Let me say that again. If the Bible is true, those who are fanatics for Christ, they're the right ones. I cannot take in the wonder of it all. You cannot take in the wonder of it all. It's amazing. Amazing love. How can it be that thou, my God, shouldst die for me? I've heard in mythical literature how people died for their gods, but never before have I heard of a God who died for his people? That's what you have at Calvary. You have Christ, the Son of God, dying for you and for me.